So I have found a fantastic work budget EDC light, and that is the Sofirn IF24. They just sent this to me recently. I've been testing it out for about a week or so. Now, I loved the IF23 that they sent me, and I thought that was the light that would sit in my pocket at work. Even though it's a little bit heavy, I thought I would just keep this. I like the side light and all the functions, but the IF24 basically does all that the IF23 does. It's just a lot lighter and it's a lot easier to carry. Now, you do get this nicer clip with the IF23, but for about $30, you can get the IF24 from their website, and I'll leave that below in a link. And you get a magnetic tail cap, you get a clip, and then you get a bunch of fantastic settings. Now, my favorite thing about this, besides the price, it's a really good price, is that it's sort of made for dummies. And not to be offensive, but a lot of times, maybe you're like me and you don't feel like reading through the manual all the time. To be honest, sometimes I just get things out of the box like guys do and don't even read the instructions. And this makes it a lot easier to do that because you've got this wheel that seems designed for some of us that don't like to read instructions. So you've got lock, flashlight, side light, and then you've got this color light, I believe it is. So pretty cool right there that you can just use this right here and pretty much you're good to go. And you can figure out the rest of it along the way. But for those of you who are a little bit more interested in the specifics, obviously this is the lockout feature right here, which is very important because this has a lot of different settings and sometimes the flashlight gets very hot depending on how long you leave it on and what setting. So what I want to do is jump into some of the basics we have right here that they give us with this diagram. So you do have the moonlight setting, which is the 1 lumen, the low, which is 10 lumens, medium 150, high is 700, turbo is 2000. I'm not sure why you need to use that, but you do have that. Now, the moonlight is around 20 days, 115 hours for the low, 10 lumens. The medium is 13 and a half hours, 150 lumens. And then the high is about 2 hours. Then the 2000 lumens, 1.5 hours, which that's pretty impressive. I think it would get extremely hot if you left it that long. All right, so let's jump into the settings for this. And one of the on basically a lot of these settings, they have so many options. So obviously this is on and off, but if you hold this in, then you get that moonlight setting, which is just around a lumen. So, all right. And then we can hold it there, and then we can hold it in, and then it goes to the low setting, medium setting, and then the high setting. And then we can do all kinds of fun things. When we double click it, we've got the turbo, we've got the strobe, we've got the SOS, and then we've got the beacon, and then we can go back. So I guess a single click goes back to where it was. All right, so a lot of really unique options with this. So now we're back to the regular setting. So let's go ahead and go to the light functions. Now, this one right here also has a lot of different functions. So if you press and hold it, you do get different colors right here. So you can pick whichever color is your favorite. And then if you double click it, it does all kinds of different things. So we'll double click it. And then you have your, they call it, I think, police flash. Double click it again. And then you have your, they call it rainbow, I guess. And then there's your other one, waterfall. And then this is your droplets. And then your neon fade. So if you decide to do that. So a lot of different options right there. And then we've got our side light, which is really, really good to use for work. I do like the side light as well. So then this is basically the same operation as we've gone through with the main light. So again, all different settings right here. So then it just goes to the low setting if you hold it in. So really, really cool. And then you do have your lockout, which again is very, very important. Now, this is the cheat sheet I've been using. So they walk you through all that. I don't think I would remember all that from heart, but it is very good that they give all these detailed instructions, which I really, really like. So there's all kinds of other things in the manual. So you have your charging lights. This is AC charging, and you do have your cable. You do have your lanyard that it comes with as well. I really like the packaging as well with this. I think it's pretty cool how they package it. And then I saw over here where it talks about the aluminum alloy as the material, and then without a battery, it does come in around 95 grams. So it is a very light flashlight, comparatively speaking, with this work light. And I think it's a really good deal for $30. At this time, it's the best option I have seen for a budget flashlight. Again, I have gone into, there's a motor store we go into in Milwaukee, sells these flashlights for around $90 that has a lot less functions than this. So I think this is, again, a really good option. So one of the great things about this channel is that I get to buy stuff, and I love that. And a lot of times when I see different tools, and if they say Swiss Army knife, and they have all kinds of unique features, it really piques my interest. So I went on Amazon and I saw this magic saw that said Swiss Army knife, and I thought that's cool. So here we have like a small pocket version, and so I went ahead and bought it. Hey, it's only $15. Why not try it out? And this came in the mail. So I was shocked. I was very surprised, and I thought, why not keep it? I was planning to send it back, but I thought, you know what? Let's just keep it, and we'll go ahead and do a little review. So it comes at 10.5 inches, or this is about 27 centimeters long. So this is a big, big tool, and I love that it even has like a little lanyard loop at the back. I'm sure that's not what that's for, but it just cracks me up to think of someone hanging this around their neck. But anyway, so this is the magic saw. And to be honest, there isn't that much magic going on here, but it's a cool name, I guess. So let's go ahead and try to get this thing to work. Let's see if it does. One of the issues is that these saw blades bind up very easily, so you have to be careful getting them out. So they do have a unique system where they sort of like snap into the blade if they do. So I'm not sure how to get it to do that. Oh, I guess like that. All right. And then you push this button on the bottom, and then it sort of helps you get access to the blade, sort of. All right, so let's go ahead and get this blade out. Now, it won't lock unless you push this blade in, and trust me, I've tried. So there we go, and then we've got that locked into place, and then we've got this like 10-inch saw blade. So I hear a lot of people complaining, oh, I don't like my multi-tool because it has a tiny little saw blade. I wish the saw blade was longer. Well, then buy this. This has a huge saw blade. You could buy almost a little log, or build almost a little log cabin with this. This is gigantic. All right, so we've seen the saw blade. So we push this, it unlocks it. So let's see the next in this beautiful series right here. So make sure these are in the handle, and then lock that into place. And then we've got what looks like it's taken from a Gerber MP600 rim grit replaceable saw blade. This thing is huge. Now this is labeled as, I believe, the carbide saw blade. So this is essentially cut anything, anywhere, anytime, I guess. So can you imagine carrying this in your cargo pocket? Someone says you need to cut something and you show them this. That would be very unique. And then we've got another cutter. So as if that wasn't enough, we've got this cutter right here. And this supposedly cuts basically everything the others don't. So glass, tile, ceramic, all that. And then they call these pliers, but what I think they mean is these help you break off once you've scored it. And so that's what you have right there. So that's different. And then you've got a really nice stabbing mechanism. Not really stabbing mechanism, but this is a tool that unfortunately has fallen into the recesses of this tool, and I'm not sure how to get it out. All right, so this is our diamond sharpener. If we can get it out, there we go. We've got the diamond sharpener out finally. So with this, you can sharpen all those swords you have at home, I guess. So I don't know why you need a diamond sharpener that long, but perhaps for some people it'd be very useful. So it just really amuses me that this is called a Swiss Army style knife. It's gigantic. But I thought I'd go ahead and review this. So it makes me laugh. Maybe it would make you laugh if you bought it too. For $15, it's not a huge disappointment, but it's definitely not great.